My son woke up right inside, close the door.
Good evening and welcome to all those in attendance. Thank you so much for coming out this evening. This is a regular school board meeting. Today is Wednesday, November 13th, 2024, and the time is 6 p.m. I call this meeting to order. Mr. Legarreta, will you please take roll?
President Marcus,
Present.
Vice President Gonzalez,
Present.
Member Garay,
Here.
Member Montes,
Here.
Secretary Legarreta is here.
Okay, let's please stand for the pledge and salute to the state of New Mexico. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I salute the flag of the state of New Mexico, that sees a symbol of perfect friendship among the United cultures. Okay. Item number one on our agenda, approval of consent agenda. Members of the board, are there any items that you wish to be removed from the consent agenda and discussed individually? Okay,
No.
I'll take that as a no. Okay, so I'll go ahead and take a voice vote. All in favor to approve the consent agenda, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Okay. Item number two, superintendent. Oh, you know what? I forgot for you to read out the, what's that? Excuse me, I forgot for you to read out the adjustments. Secretary Legarreta, if you could please do that, we'll go back and do that.
Okay,
Sorry about that.
no worries. D, 1D, approval of budget adjustment request, transfers, cash request. Maintenance and transfer bars, 11,000. 24101, 24103, 24106, 24109, 24153, 24189, 25153, 25278, 26204, 27149, 31100, 31703. And decreased bar 24101. Permanent cash transfer from 23,000 to 29102, $2,619, and from 31100 to 41000, $14.13.
Thank you. Okay, now, item number two, superintendent report. I'm very excited about that student achievement, those school designations. Mr. Chavez.
Thank you. Is this on? Okay, yes, thank you. And yes, President Marcus, we've got a lot to celebrate. We've been doing a lot of analysis to see, what was the outcome of this year's accountability report. And so with the release of New Mexico Vistas, we have a lot to celebrate. So let's see if I can get this to work. So on the student achievement, according to what we accomplished for this, for last school year, but we see it this year, is all of our schools are in good standing. 4 of our schools are traditional, and one is identified as a spotlight school, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. I'm proud to report that RGE improved and is no longer has an ATSI designation, so that is really good. Hatch Elementary is designated as a spotlight school, so congratulations to them. We've been really highlighting them, and we got more information to share as we move along. Overall, we had a 6-point increase in reading proficiency from 26% to 32%. Overall, we had a 5-point increase in science proficiency from 13% to 18%. We had a 5.8-point increase in the number of L's making progress in becoming English proficient from 8.2% to 14%. We scored a 100% overall score in college and career readiness success. We increased our overall attendance from 73% to 94.4%. We scored 47.5% proficiency in early literacy K2. And I just put in there just for comparison, the state of New Mexico scored 35. So we were 12 points above the state proficiency rate. And lastly, we increased our, this isn't anything new, we've reported on this before, but it is part of the accountability system, and we increased our graduation rate from 86% to 91.8%, which is a huge accomplishment. We did have one delta, and the delta is in math, and so we dropped 2 points in math proficiency from 9 to 7. And so we continue to struggle with math, but you know, we're doing some things differently this year. We've got some math profession development that our teachers are participating in at all grade levels. And we're fixing to launch another opportunity for math professional development through the REC, targeting grades 4 through 8. And so we just put that out to our principals, who will then be sharing it with our teachers. Any questions on that slide?
Is it too early to congratulate everyone?
Well, hold on, just hold on.
Okay.
Well, okay. Yes, we need to congratulate everybody, but on the next slide, I want to share some more information. Okay. I received a call from the PED and a group that is working with the Legislative Finance Committee. And so together with PED, they came and they visited Hatch Elementary School. And so on Monday, they came down, they interviewed teachers, they interviewed Ms. Marcus, they interviewed parents. I don't know if they got to students or not. No students? Okay. And so again, this is because they were a spotlight school, which means that they're in the top 25% of schools in the state of New Mexico. Okay, and that is a huge accomplishment. And so, you know, we can say that we've got one of there's not very many, it's 25% of schools, right? And Hatch Elementary is one of those schools. And so that is quite an accomplishment. The purpose of the visit was to identify best practices. And so the LFC is looking to better understand what does it take to be a successful school. And the reason they chose Hatch Elementary and not just Hatch Elementary, there's other spotlight schools that they went and visited, but they were trying to figure out like the secret to their success because of the demographics that we share. So we all know that we've got a high EL population and we've got high poverty. And so those are huge barriers to learning. And so that's what the LFC wants to know is, okay, given those demographics, how were they successful? And so our first recognition for the Heart of the Bear is Hatch Elementary School. So if we could have all staff members come up and be recognized from Hatch Elementary. And one of the things that I wanted to just really highlight here is that, you know, it takes a whole school to accomplish it. And so I hope that we have a good representation here of the school and their accomplishment. Oh.
Sorry, Sarah. Thank you. Thank you. Did you get one? All right, she got it.
So I'll get in there for.
I'm sorry. No, no, no.
Alright, say cheeseburger. I didn't hear you guys. All right, thank you. And for the staff member that weren't able to attend this evening, we'll make sure to get them a pin as well. And again, round of applause for Hatch Elementary.
Yeah, awesome.
And Mr. Montes, yes, going back to your your statement earlier. Yes, I think it's all of our principals deserve some recognition for not having a designation, doing well. And I want to point out, I know Mr. Messa's over there, but he missed spotlight designation by 1.1 point. 1.1. And so there's still significant improvement there, and he continues to do well as well. And I met with the principals this afternoon, and the rating, all schools get an overall score, and they got that needle, and we were noticing several of our schools that are really over. And so that just shows, again, I'm a visual learner, so I look at that and I say, hey, we're on the right track. And so I think the accomplishments that we have here, I think we're improving. We've got a long ways to go. But I think what we can say is that we're improving, we're on the right track, and we're moving forward. We just need to bring up those math scores up. And but I'm confident that we'll do it. All the schools are doing something different to address math, and so they're really working hard. So
And that's an emphasis, right, on professional development during doing the math and all that.
yes, absolutely. Yes, yes. And so each one of them taking a little bit different take on everything. But the professional development that we're doing is we've separated by elementary and secondary because, as you know, they have different needs. So. Okay. So. Well, Lewis, this isn't working again. It's like. Yeah, it's not advancing. Okay, great. I think we went too far though. No, we didn't. No, we didn't. You're there. So staff retention and recruitment. We have another recognition that we'd like to, a person that we'd like to recognize, one of our staff member. And that's Alicia Trujillo. And is she here today? Yes, come on up. We're recognizing Alicia for just the accomplishments and the program that she has and the success that she's had with the grads program. And so Miss Jeannie Johnson reached out to me just to let me know that Alicia, and I know Alicia's humble, but Miss Johnson let me know that she was recognized at one of the grads trainings.
Yes.
For her organization and operations of the grads program. And so, Alicia, do you care to share a little bit about your
Sure.
program?
Well, I think we've been in the district for about 17 years. And overall, grads has been in New Mexico since 1989. And so we're talking about thousands of young parents, young families graduating from high school and being successful. We also been able to keep a licensed childcare center. And so that's just been amazing for our students and for our staff members. And we kind of just do our thing there at the high school with so much support. It takes a lot of people to run a childcare center and a grads program. And so I've just been very fortunate to our administration, always supporting us through all these years without any real questions, just what do you need? And so we're super grateful. I brought you all bags and inside, I don't know if you guys got one of these at the beginning of the year. Yes, but this is just one of our students from Hatch. So this was one of our graduates with her son who is doing well. And so we've seen parents with 2 children graduate high school. And so we're just keeping going. We've seen a decrease in teen pregnancies, but there is still a need. And so just a little reminder of what the grads program is with some more information and just some goodies. So thank you all for your support.
So,
Alicia, can you?
Yes, yes, no, it's been a long time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So let's stand for a photo.
Oh, okay. And it's not good.
Oh, thank you.
Like, oh, maybe even my third. Oh, what is holding up the back?
Okay, great. All right, cheeseburger.
Oh,
You guys don't like cheeseburgers. I have to pick something else.
thank you for the goodie bag. Awesome.
You know, I failed to mention that's not the first time that Ms. Trujillo has been recognized for the quality of her program. There's been other times. I know I went to a grad's presentation in Albuquerque a couple years back, and they had nothing but great things to say. And so it's just an example of her hard work and dedication to the program, and she continues to do that. And so we're just really, really grateful, really thankful that we have that program in our district. It serves a purpose that is much needed in our district. So moving right along, I wanted to just give an update on the PSCOC presentation that we made yesterday in Santa Fe. And so we had Ms. Sheila Offit, who put together the application and the presentation. And we had Mr. Montes and Ms. Garay that attended with us. And I think it was well received. I'm really hopeful that we'll be able to be awarded the money that we are requesting. That'll go to teacher housing. And so one of the things that we talk about is, you know, we have almost 50% of our teachers that come in from out of town. And so we'd like to be able to start getting some of them to live here in the community. And as we know, housing is a challenge here in the Valley. And so the more that we can do to bring people into the district and have them be part of the district, you know, the better off we'll be. And especially if they have kids, right, that they
Yes.
bring with them to our district. And so Sheila, Chris, or Kuka, would you have anything to say?
Oh, Sheila. Go right ahead.
Just want to say that I couldn't have put the application or presentation together without Jimmy, Manny, and Bobby.
Ah.
They all called companies, got quotes, met with vendors to they went to cruises and looked at housing. I went to Deming and looked at housing. So it was a team effort, but I do think it went well. They will be voting on December 16th on whether we will get the award or not. I will be meeting tomorrow. The maintenance team and I will be meeting with PSFA in the morning to go over that. You're all welcome at 11 o'clock in my office. So let me know if you would like to come.
Got a question. What about school administrators? Would that also help out with like building principals that live in the community? Could we do that also? Or-
Well, it's targeted at teachers.
Yeah.
And so it's to address, you know, to provide an incentive for teachers to come in. And so, you know, it's something that we think this is a first step that can be
Yes. Oh,
built
yeah.
on.
Yeah.
And Sheila even shared some new ideas already. And but you know, it's we're hoping that this will turn into something bigger.
Oh, yeah.
And, we've targeted, land that we have over by Hatch Elementary. And so we'd like to see a little community of housing for teachers and their families. And, so we think this would be a great benefit to our district.
And at some point, just role models, I mean, building administrators living in the community also.
It could be, yeah.
It does.
Absolutely.
help.
We did send out a survey to staff and we have 7 people who asked to be on the waiting list.
Wow.
And we have 2 open positions, so we're hoping to use this as a recruitment tool.
Those 7 that are on the waiting list, they do not live here right now. They're not renting here right now.
I believe they commute.
They-
I think it was 47% of our staff,
Yes.
of the teachers commute.
Yes.
Over 35% of the entire staff commute.
Right.
So,
All right. Yeah, next slide, Lewis. This isn't advancing. Okay, we're at stakeholder relationships, and I just want to just report, especially during the month of, as we get ready for Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving holiday. One of the things that Casa de Peregrinos had reported to us is that they had hit 600 families by the end of October, inclusive of staff members. And so they're definitely providing a need for the community, but it also impacts our kids, because there are families and that have kids in our school district. And so that far exceeds what they were expecting. And so it just, again, it just highlights, the need and the struggles that some of our families are experiencing. And so every little bit that we can do to reduce that stress, I think is a good thing. They were also providing turkeys, a turkey giveaway. And I don't know, I know Olivia still had some tickets, but they may have already been used up. I don't know. I need to check with Miss Olivia, but they gave a significant amount of turkeys to our community as well. And so that's always helpful. The last thing on stakeholder relationships is the visit from New Mexico State Treasurer Montoya. And she came down to the high school. And so I know I know that Brandy took her to a couple of classes, and she was here to talk about financial literacy. And Brandy, can you share with us a little bit more?
We were very fortunate to host Secretary Treasurer Montoya. She talked to a few of our classes. We pulled 2 classes together, and she really told them her life story and the importance of understanding financial literacy. One class was actually a financial literacy course, but she did share with us some of her future endeavors, and it's really exciting to hear the innovation that she's thinking of for the future of our children. So more information to come, but she's putting together something really exciting for our children of the state of New Mexico, something that she shared that's only been done, I think, in Connecticut.
Connecticut, yes.
So it was just nice to have other adults come into the building to share their story and to inspire our kids. And that's really what she did. She's from New Mexico. She gave her life story and gave some inspiration to our students. So we really appreciate that. Any questions?
Did you get inspired?
Yes, I did. She is actually the first Latina to hold that office. So that was pretty neat to hear her say. One of her members that was with her actually sang for the kids a little bit. So all 3 members were women. So it was nice to see that represented and the kids to see that. So, yeah, it was great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Brandy. Thank you, Brandy. All right, moving on to safety. I just want to report that the PA system at middle school will be installed by the end of the month. And so they're working hard to make that happen. And we're in the process now of getting quotes for access controls to our buildings. Okay,
What is that? Is that the
the key, the cards, yeah.
finally?
Finally. And another finally is facilities. The remodel of the football field house will start December 1st. And so, we intentionally picked December 1st because we know that football will be done by then, and we got a big game though, this Friday. And so we're wishing our boys luck. And one of the things that I've talked to people about is, our football team is, they've had some key injuries this year of starters and, most teams would have fallen apart, but our kids continue to fight and they've done extremely well this season. And so we're hoping that they'll pull another W on Friday. And so, but the field house, we've been waiting a long time to get that done. And so I'm glad to report that it's going to start next month. All right.
Awesome.
And that concludes my superintendent's report.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, item number 3, limited public comment. Ms. Ramirez? No. Thank you. Okay, item number 4, new business. 4A, consider approval of purchase of middle school divider panels. Mr. Chavez.
Yes, these are the divider panel that's on the stage in the cafeteria. And so the ones that are currently there are they're falling apart. I don't think they even work really well. And so this is to replace those panels there so that we're hoping, and we keep knocking on wood, that we'll have we'll bring back a music program, and so that they can have a place to practice and have a classroom there. And so they need to be replaced. They're end of life. And so my recommendation is for approval.
Okay, so is there a motion to approve? Moved by Mr.
Second.
Garay, seconded by Mr. Montes. Is there any discussion, board members?
Oh,
Okay.
sure.
Okay, I'll go and take a roll call vote. If you're in favor, say aye. If opposed, say no. Member Garay,
Yes.
VP Gonzalez,
Aye.
Secretary Legarreta,
Aye.
Member Montes,
Aye.
myself, President Marquez, aye. Motion carries 5-0. The divider panels are approved. 4B, purchase of, and I thought maybe that was combination till I went and looked, but it's combi, or how would you say that? Combi ovens?
I don't know. I just know they're ovens.
Well-
And so
Yeah, but it did say in the quote, it was combi, it didn't say combination, so I don't.
Combination.
Yeah. okay,
So,
yeah, Purchase of
we-
combi ovens.
we do have a Mike Lozano from
Oh, okay.
SFE that's here. And these are ovens that will improve the quality of food for our kids. And so it does exceed the $60,000. And so that's why it's coming to the board. But he is here to stand for questions and tell you more about combo or combi or.
Yeah, they're called combi ovens, and it's technology. It's been around for about 15 to 20 years. What they do is they work with dry heat and they also work with steam. So that's where the combination comes into to play with regard to the name. So let's say when we're doing fries, these ovens will actually cook a fry to where they're almost or they are like a French fry fried in deep oil. About 15 years ago, the USDA mandated that all fries be removed from schools, middle schools and high schools. So this gets us back into that loop where we could provide that type of fry, chicken nuggets, those items that were fried before in a fryer. But they also provide easy automation, easy use for the staff. It's all button controls and it's all self-explanatory. The control boards are very easy to understand for any of the ladies that work in our kitchens. So they're going to be a lot better for our kitchens. And then they're going to replace and help us with our ovens. Our ovens right now that we have are anywhere from 10 to 15 years old. So some of them are getting to the end of their life. So that's going to complement that. And then we'll be able to go and move forward with these ovens for another 10 to 15 years old to replace what we have right now.
And the warranty is 10 or.
Yeah, they have a 5-year warranty on them. So they're covered by their warranty to be able, to work and to make sure that they're always functioning.
My recommendation is for approval.
Okay, so is there a motion to approve? Ms. Garay, Secretary Mr. Montes. Any discussion about those ovens?
Oh, and Brad?
Yeah, I'm going to take a roll call vote. If you're in favor, say aye. If opposed, say no. Member Garay,
Aye.
VP Gonzalez,
Aye.
Secretary Gareta,
Aye.
Member Montes,
Aye.
myself, President Marquez, aye. Motion carries 5-0. The ovens are approved. Item number 5. Items for future meetings, members.
I have two.
Okay,
I'd like to see some movement on the high school bleachers, getting those fixed. See if we can have a discussion or get some quotes.
can
on
you
the
hear that,
bleachers at the high
Mrs.
school.
Ramirez? No, can you speak in the, I don't, we can't hear you.
The high school bleachers, quote, perhaps getting them repaired, getting them fixed.
Inside the gym, right? The high school.
The side, yes.
I thought we had something going on with those.
Yeah, there's something going on with them, but they're still not working. They don't go
They-
back.
they do.
Getting those fixed though.
Yeah, well, we can't get anybody to fix them because they're that old and nobody will fix them. And so we have been working on it. We've been trying to find different options and we've kind of have decided that they're gonna need to be replaced. You know, we had a company that wanted a significant amount of money to fix them without any guarantees that they'll be
Wow.
fixed. And it's like, yeah, we can't take a chance on that. And so we are in the process of looking for quotes to see what we're looking at as far as price. And Sheila, do you have
Roughly
anything
how
else on
much?
that?
Like, yeah, roughly, how, are those pretty expensive?
They're gonna be
Oh, they
expensive,
are.
well, considering that we just approved the bleachers at middle school. And I believe those were,
60.
They were over 60,000.
yeah, and
We're looking at 200,000.
Okay.
We will have to go to PSFA. It'll go through e-builder for approval, CID permits. It's a process. Fernie has met with several vendors to get quotes. This will be on the FMP. It had not been in the FMP before, so next month you will see the annual update to the FMP, including the bleachers. That's a requirement to put it through PSFA. So it will be district bond money that would pay for this, but it has to be approved by PSFA because it's over 200,000.
But if you, like for volleyball, when you brought in the where the kids sit, if you bring that side in, that way you can still use all 3 sides. We don't have that many spectators coming
well,
for now.
Are we talking about the section by the weight room?
yes,
Yes.
yes.
That
that's-
side needs to stay in for now.
Yeah.
Because there's
It-
no reason for those 2 kids to be sitting behind us when they should all be.
We knew that with the district and volleyball and Fernie got some extra help and we did get them extended out. But we probably broke another couple of rods in
Right.
doing so, and every time we break rods, it just damages it gets harder and harder for them to go in and out and so, yeah, we're at that place that they're, I think 22, 24 years old.
How are they gonna get them out? In pieces?
They will have to demolish them. We're not able to use them again.
Are there any liability concerns, keeping them closed?
No, the liability is actually if we pull them out.
Pull 'em out.
And so because we have had students and an
Staff.
adult that got hurt, you know, because when they don't fully extend out, the one of the steps is like halfways and it's a tripping hazard.
We're just gonna keep it shut for now.
That's the safe thing to do is to keep in
Keep that side
close,
shut.
keep that side shut, yes. But we will present some quotes and have a further discussion on that.
Thank you.
And the second one, Richard, is executive session.
Executive session.
For next meeting?
Yes.
Are there any other items? I can think of. Okay. All right, we'll move on to item 6. Next regular board meeting will be Wednesday, December the 11th at 6 p.m. here at the Student Service and Training Center. And item 7, adjournment. Is there a, so moved by Ms. Garay, seconded by Mr. Montes. I'll take a voice vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?